So I thought I'd have a go at somewhere in the Lake District today, in the northwest England, and this is going to be Bassenthwaite Lake. So I'm starting off with a bit of raw sienna. Loads of bits on this palette, just give them a quick tap. And then I'm going to go ultramarine, bit of Payne's grey. Pick up them little bits I dropped off the palette. A bit darker, just dipping the tips in just to bring the hairs back together on the brush. And then ultramarine, bit of Payne's grey again, just coming in from the right hand side. And then water's going to be a bottom third, so just reflecting that sky colour. Again, just dipping the tips in and going to alizarin crimson, alizarin crimson and Payne's grey. And let's just put a few little clouds up there. Forgot to bring my tissue. I haven't got a tissue to hand, so rather than leg it to the toilet, I'll just dry the brush, just squeeze the water out, really dry it on the tea towel, and then where should we put the clouds? So up there, and just sort of something like that, and then some little ones down there, maybe some up there. That'll do. Right, so next let's just put that distant landing. So I don't want too much water, so I'm taking a lot of the excess off on the tea towel, and I'm going into the same sky colours. Putting down this little reflection. The raw sienna, change it up there. Again, just dipping the tips in the water to bring the hairs back together. Take the excess off on the tea towel. Back into those same sky colours. That'll do for that bit. Paper's stretched a bit, so I'm just going to pull it tight. So it's nice and nice and flat. Right. Now on that horizon line, we've got some trees. So I'm going to go ultramarine, lemon yellow, Payne's grey, really sort of dark greeny colour. I'm just using the corner of the brush, and then obviously they get smaller and smaller as they go away. Again, just putting down a slight reflection as I go along. That'll do. In front of there, I'm just going to clean the brush, take the excess off again on the tea towel, then in front of there we've got some more trees, but there's no leaves on these ones. I'm just going to, just very lightly. Burnt umber, ultramarine, a few flicks of the fingernail, and then in front of that we've got a few grasses and reeds, raw sienna, bit of burnt umber, darken it up a bit ultramarine, darken it even more. Burnt umber, ultramarine, quick sweep, a little shoreline there. And to get that chisel edge, dark, burnt umber, ultramarine. Right, we've got some couple of little trees in the foreground, so the base is about there, so it's going. Something like that. There's another one next to it. Just like that. You can do this with a rigger, but obviously it's a lot quicker with a hake, such a big brush. Let's just put another one in as well. This one's given off the left hand side. I'll do a bit of dark down there. See a bit of things growing in front of it. A few flicks. Can also just flick up with the brush as well. Just a few more grasses and stuff down by the water's edge. Just some little bits of a few dead leaves here and there, just very, very lightly. Just gives the impression of a few dead leaves on the trees. Switching to the rigger. A couple of little birds up in the sky. I'm choosing this lighter area here, it's obviously for maximum contrast. Finally, just pop your name in the corner. And I'll pull that one finished. So let's see what it looks like with the mounts on. So here's our painting with the mounting. Starting with the sky, we got our raw sienna in the background there and a bit of blue. Dark clouds put in with alizarin crimson and Payne's grey, and then took these white clouds out with a dry hake. A few more underneath. Just try and create a bit of texture in the sky. And then at the same time I'm putting the colour in the water as well, reflecting the sky colours. You can put it in afterwards if you like, you sort of re-wet it afterwards, but then you've got to mess about mixing the same colours. I just find it a lot easier to do at the same time as the sky. Most distant land, using the same sky colours pushes it right back, and then stronger tones here as the land comes forward, a few mountains in the distance, a few reflections of the trees. Working right across the left hand side. I've made the error here of there's some distant trees here in the background, and I've sort of used the fingernail to try and do the trunks. I've also used the fingernail for these foreground grasses, and I've got a bit of a clash going on here. I should have done either one or the other, but not both. There's too much fingernail work. I cleaned the brush. Brush was getting dirty. Cleaned the brush. A bit of raw sienna just to get some lighter contrast, and then dark colours again, sweeping into the foreground, and then just a few flicks up with the hake just to create this waterside grasses and reeds. Ground trees, you can put them in with the rigger if you wish, but I prefer to use the hake. Chisel edge, and then very light touch just to do the finer branches, and then a bit of dry brushwork. Suggest a few sort of dead leaves and twigs right at the end rather than painting every individual one. Also, I've deliberately put the trees on the left hand side, put the darker sky on the right. You wouldn't have had so much nice contrast if you'd have put the trees there. Against the lighter background they stand out more. I hope you like that. Thanks for watching. Keep practicing. Any questions please ask, and I'll see you again soon.